Well, baby, I'm on it with a bottle of wine and an old dirt road, and you're ready to go if you want to.
All right.
Hey, thanks for joining us today. Oklahoma's best. Today we are with Jeff. He is from JJ's Alley Bricktown Pub in OKC. Jeff, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Jeff, you got a pretty unique story here. So give us a little background on you. Talk about you and your family and a little bit about your career.
Well, I was very lucky, had a great family. Grew up in Connecticut for most of my childhood, but my folks were Midwesterners, Arkansas and Kansas. So when I was 17, they came out to Oklahoma, which was closer to both of their families. And I've been here ever since. And went to OU and got a law degree and still practice a little law. But at some point got into the bar business, which has been a lot of fun for me.
There must be a playbook for lawyers and bar owners. What was the let's just jump right into the venue. What was the reason? What was the passion for opening a bar?
The way it happened is I'm a guitar player myself. I love to play and sing, and I had a gig at a place called Dee's Pub. This would have been in 2008, and I played there every Thursday night. And I loved this venue so much. It had only been open for a little bit. It had been a hot dog stand, and they got a liquor license, and they made it a bar called Dee's Pub. And I played there every Thursday night, and just absolutely fell in love with the place. And about 9 months later, I heard that they wanted to sell it, and it was kind of one of those things I just couldn't pass it up. I wasn't looking to do that, but I couldn't pass it up.
All right. Well, it works. It works. Now, 3 questions that help our listeners figure out what's going on there. What does it look like? Number 1.
It's a shotgun style bar, 13 feet wide, but it's when you first walk in, you don't realize how much space there is. If there's an upstairs, there's a downstairs, there's a balcony patio. It's extremely, extremely eclectic. Just everywhere you look, there is a different knick-knack. Just a whole lot of character. And the bar top, spent a lot of time after I was open for about 7 years. Took pictures and memorabilia from all the musicians that had played there, some of whom have gone on to do great things. Mm-hmm. My staff, my regular customers, things about Oklahoma, and put it all on the bar top with epoxy, and that's a big attraction for the regular customers and for newbies too.
Yeah, that's really cool. So when we put some feelers out of different places in Oklahoma, and you were, of course, one of the ones that was mentioned, and that was the bar top was one of the first things they talked about.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Okay, smells. People were going to know when they walk in, what are they going to smell?
I think they're going to smell a nice, fresh, clean place. I hope so, if my staff does their job.
Yep.
We went non-smoking in 2016, I think. So it's been a while. We used to have smoking upstairs. We tried the smoke eater for a while. That did a little bit, but we finally made the call to go non-smoking. And we have 2 balconies where you can smoke outside.
Sure.
So we got rid of that smoke smell inside though.
Now, what about food? You guys serve food?
We just do pizza by the slice is the only item we offer.
There you go. You can't go wrong with that.
Everyone likes pizza. We have a nice selection. It's a good quality pizza, and keeps people in their seats. We're definitely not a restaurant. We don't claim to be.
Right.
When people are drinking and listening to music and they get a little hungry, they don't have to leave and go down the road. They can get a slice of pie.
Yeah, no, for sure. Okay, and then finally, what are people going to hear? You mentioned a lot about music. What are they going to hear when they hit your club?
So we have live music 7 nights a week. We have multiple stages. It's all acoustic based. Sometimes we'll have some percussion, some hand drums, or djembe or something, but no full kits. Um, for one, our stage is not huge.
Hmm.
For two, just the size, we want to keep that volume at just the right level where
Yeah.
the customers can really enjoy the energy of the music, but they're not blown away. They can still carry on a conversation. It's definitely more than background music. It's the centerpiece of our venue, but it's not so loud that you can't converse with your
Right.
neighbor.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Jeff, you as an artist, you talked about, being in this bar before and talk about your passion. Because it's no one has to explain to you bar management, ownership, the responsibility that it is, the time consumption that it can be. So talk about the passion that drives you to keep a thing going.
Well, it started out initially completely as a passion. It was not. I remember my first kind of informal business plan when I was thinking about buying this was, just as long as I don't lose a bunch of money, because I
Mhm.
knew it was going to be fun. I knew I loved that venue, playing myself. I had so many artists that I admired that I wanted to invite to play the venue. And, those first couple of years of opening up, it was all about the passion, just about the love of the music and love of that spot. And it was maybe 2, 3 years in where I realized, hey, this is a viable business. I can actually make some money in addition to just enjoying it so much. But it started out all about the passion for the music.
As you look to the future, what do you envision? What do you see?
Um, just continuing on the same road, I guess it'll be 15 years in January.
Yeah.
I can't even believe that. Knock on wood. 15 years in January will be our anniversary, and there's not a whole lot I can do as far as expanding. Uh, I wish I could have just a few more feet here and there because
Right.
space is a premium at our place. But that's kind of the charm.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Yeah.
it's a cozy environment. But just to continue to get great artists in there. I've got guys that have been playing there since day one.
Mm.
So maybe continuing to search for those newer, younger artists to kind of keep the tradition going, because you got to always keep going and have newer, fresher blood in there.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Couple fun questions because I'm in live music and live entertainment. Travel all over. I like to survey the nation and I like to get a flavor of where we're at and where we're going. So, Jeff, his next question is right up your alley. What's the best concert you've ever seen your entire life?
Um, I've seen the Stones 3 times, and that's incredible. It's an incredible show, and just the fact that it's the Rolling Stones, it's
Yeah.
it's so iconic. It's always exciting. Um, I've seen I've seen George Strait probably 10 times. I've seen Garth Brooks here in Oklahoma, and that's really really fun because he's an Oklahoma boy, and the crowd there's just so much energy when he comes
Yeah.
and does a show in Oklahoma. Um, but one of my favorite shows that sticks out was front row at the Brady Theater in Tulsa, Oklahoma for Lyle Lovett.
Mm.
And I became a much bigger Lyle Lovett fan after that show, but just sitting so close and being right up there, it was very memorable, and that stands out in my mind.
Yeah, that works. That's great. That's great. Okay. Final question. Dead or alive, you could see one musical act. Who would you see?
Um, I'm a Beatles
Mm.
fan, and I love uh, a lot of country music, but as a kid growing up, it started all out with classic rock for me, and the Beatles and the Stones. And my dream show would be, Lennon and McCartney with a couple of acoustic guitars playing
Yeah,
at JJ Valley.
that'd be
Uh,
cool.
that would be something.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. Jeff, when people want to travel in and visit, what's the best way for them to get information on your venue, website or social media?
Social media, we have a Facebook. It's JJ's Alley Bricktown Pub. And we also have an Instagram under that same name. Keep being told by people I need to get on TikTok. I have not done that, but that may be the next thing. But yeah, Facebook and Instagram, we have a really good presence under JJ's Alley Bricktown Pub.
Okay, very good. Guys, check them out. Jeff, thank you so much for being on with us today. I appreciate it.
Hey, appreciate being here. Thanks.
You bet.
Well, baby, I'm on it with a bottle of wine and an old dirt road. Are you ready to go if you want to?